Hello everyone. Nice and sunny, isn't it? Summer, or meteorological autumn, now in September. Not really. Summer carries on until the 21st. There's different ways of measuring it or considering it. So we've had a summer, haven't we, for a change? And despite all the screeching from the media and actually many others, this is climate change. This summer shouldn't have happened. Anything over 25 degrees C is extreme heat. Mistake. Really wasn't. This is the summer really should be taken for granted. It's just usually just 6 weeks of just dull, wet weather, overcast if you're lucky. The kids have to put up with for weeks on end before we have an Indian summer in September. So it's been rather good. Anyway, yes, I'm wondering if we're going to go headlong into a winter, pretty harsh winter. Well, we're stuffed really, aren't we, if that happens. We don't have any power, and it appears that whichever PM gets chosen tomorrow, either Truss or so likely going to be Liz Truss, isn't it? She's got a hell of a job because we just haven't built enough capacity, and people forget that civilization really can only run, an advanced civilization can only run on cheap power, or cheap-ish power. I had a nice cup of tea. This is something called Spicy Love from Truly Tea, Italian lady in Shrewsbury. And it's absolutely delicious. There's fans going around again. TNR Theakston mug. Do you like that, anyone? Do you like it? China. Yeah, that's China. China mug. Do things properly here. So, civilization, they boil a kettle. Boris Johnson's buy a 20 quid kettle to save 10 quid off for power. Your 4,000 quid power bill for a year. Yeah, they don't live in the real world, do they? So I had an email from the leisure centre. They're struggling with power bills. I mean, they've already hiked up the charges as it is, and asking people to help conserve power. I turn lights off when they leave a room, telling staff when rooms are empty, the aircon can be turned off, and to shower less. Turn the heating down on the showers anyways. It turns out probably the pool's going to be turned down as well. It's not a good situation. People don't realise that cheap power is essential to how society operates. We're already starting to see hospitality businesses go to the wall. They can't operate. They can't continue with sky high prices. Not with certainly frying fish. Fish and chip shops, they're closing. Then there's the overhead of just keeping a restaurant or a cafe warm, especially even now in this relatively mild September. For goodness sake, what's it going to be like over the winter if we have a cold snap? And anything with discretionary spending is going to be the first to go. Really, when people have less to spend or nothing to spend, those will be the first places they won't be spending at. They'll be just spending to survive. So I suggest people go out and enjoy cafes and bars and restaurants now while they can. Go find your favourite spots, get out of the way places, because there's no guarantee that any of them are going to be, any of them are going to remain over the next 6 to 12 months. I mean, there's a forecast that 3/4 are going to go to the wall. I mean, that's just a frightening amount of closures potentially we're going to face. All this could have been avoided. It's hard. It's easy to blame Ukraine, but it really wasn't. It comes down to that 400 billion we pumped into the economy for nothing. If you pump 400, if you increase the quantity of money in an economy, or rather, that's only justifiable if you have seen big productivity improvements due to technology or whatever else. Then it's necessary to stave off deflation But we were an unproductive economy, weren't we, since March 2020? Everyone got told to stay at home to twiddle their thumbs. It's dire. So thanks to the QE, all the debt, that's where inflation stemmed from. Was all avoidable. I suggest people buy long wave radios, so you can pick up Radio 4 battery powered long wave radios, so you can pick up BBC Radio 4 long wave. Because when the power goes off, or with rationing, that's the only way to get any instruction from the government as to what's actually going on, is because your home internet connection will be dead, could well be dead. Your cellular coverage could well be dead. I mean, how do you keep your devices charged anyway with no power? We're a supposed first world advanced country, and I mean, in the G7, and look at this. This is what we face over the winter, and power rationing. So, be prepared. Yeah, the price cap doesn't affect businesses. I mean, they're taking it on the chin. They can't pass it on. They can't. And if they did try to pass it on, talk about £15 for a pint of beer. And who's going to pay? I mean, who's going to pay? Stump up the necessary costs to keep hospitality alive. Well, they aren't, are they? I can't see any help from the government. I mean, it costs a colossal amount. Again, that can only come from borrowing, no matter where they come from. There's not enough left. Actually, there is only borrowing left. It's the only way you can borrow our way into this mess, and to try to stave off the effects of the borrowing is borrowing more. Either that or a sharp correction to decrease the amount of money in circulation through a recession, and through wholesale closure of hospitality and heritage. Go to museums, art galleries, that sort of thing. Anything that adds value to your life. Anything that has, say, a small little museum out in the sticks. Anything that's not a corporate they're going to suffer, basically. And it's all very. Treasure what you have here, because we don't know who's going to be left doing. Thank you.